everyone. My name is Philip and that's my wife Marija. We are the owners of Keller's farm just in Dayton, not far from here. We purchased that property around 27 years ago and built a home, a house, a couple of sheds and our livelihood there. We started planting gum trees as a windbreak on the eastern side and planted a row of fruit trees on the western side. We invested a fair bit of money and time lifting the land up, leveling it out, because we knew it is low-lying. We have been aware of that from day one. But for the 20 years, we had a proper functioning system. We hadn't had flooding issues or got flooded or waterlogged. We had cows on it, fed them every day, summer and winter, able to drive into paddocks. It was not a problem. Everything changed when the neighbour died and his property sold off and subdivision started. Pretty much from day one, we had issues with water pushing into our land. The levels got higher and higher. We got waterlogged. We started complaining to the Shire or ask the Shire where the levels are. There was no proper plans and no one could actually provide us with a plan or what's actually going on, and no one could find anything about it either. One of the first big tragic things was when we lost around 100 chickens or little bullets when we've been away. They drowned. When we came home in the evening, they just been sitting in water. We started removing the little sheds along the boundary because they've been constantly wet, so we had to pull them down and remove them. The big shed, which is a 12 by 60 meter shed, just around next to the boundary, hasn't been used for the last 2 years because it's constantly wet. So we talked to the Shire there about that, and then finally someone actually came out and we got a couple of pumps. The Shire supplied them to us, but we had them plugged in and they've been running on our electricity just to get rid of the water. We just pumped it across the fence into the stormwater drain. Shire gave us the pumps, Shire gave us the houses.
We paid for the diesel.
Yeah, we paid the diesel and the electricity. Yeah, definitely the lifting up of the land changed the hydraulic to our side. So we just heard before, yes, the groundwater level risen up. We've been told we are the only one with that problem. All the time, we've been the only one. No one else had a problem. Then we found out Harry had a problem as well. Then we found out there's a lot of other problems with other people. But yeah, we've been told for a long time we'd be the only one. We suffered significant losses, like time-wise, litigate that. The water feeding would take hours every day, unable to drive into paddocks with a car anymore. We use the four-wheel drive tractor just to feed animals. Then it took us a fair bit of a toll on the family as well. So we just, instead of doing other things, we've been at home, tried to feed animals, get rid of water, pump water away, fixing pumps, lifting pumps out of mud, cleaning houses. So we did that for the last 2 years. Every solution we suggested or we told the Shire or asked the Shire was pretty much coming from our side, asking them for help. Nothing pretty much came from the Shire to us. So we had the back trench as a problem that apparently wasn't good enough, so we dug that out the next day. Then it was the front trench that was the reason for the flooding. That took the Shire 3 months to dig that out. The should do it again now. The digger's been there 2 weeks ago, they disappeared last week, and it hasn't been done. They did a property downstream. Ours actually hasn't been done yet. We don't know. We asked them a couple of days ago what's going on. We have no reply. Then another one was our highways was actually the problem as well. Our highways been so saturated with water, so they let the water go for months and months to actually help the flooding as well, apparently. There was another one from the Shire.
And that was the developer.
Oh, the developer was that one.
While the reasons and explanations continue to change, the flooding remained. One of our suggestions was the installation of pumps to remove water from our land around the clock. Eventually, the Shire implemented this approach, and last year 5 pumps operated on our property, as Philip just spoke about. However, the flooding and groundwater issues continue. For the past 2.5 years, we've raised these concerns and sought meaningful solutions. Unfortunately, instead of seeing effective action, we've been met with blame, excuses, and ongoing delays while the problems continue. The greatest impact of all is that after 27 years of building our lives here, we have made the difficult decision to sell our property. This is not something we were considering before these issues. There's only so much you can do, and there's only so much you can take as well. And a lot of that blame was put into on us, and we were scrambling for solutions. And it becomes very disheartening when you're calling or you're sending emails and you don't get responses. And I guess people just don't know how to solve it. So we can't do this any longer, which is really sad because that was our life. That was going to be where we were going to retire. We've now got it on the market, and we'll be moving on. But we're not finished. We're still here to share our story and hopefully listen to others and get some action happening.
We got finally a big pump, so that basin next to us, which I said from day one, that basin is not right, it's higher than our land. Finally, there's a big diesel pump running every time there's a rain forecast, like the last one was actually in summer. The Shire provided a massive pump, pumped it all day long, 24/7. They complain about the diesel cost apparently, cost a lot of diesel. Pumps are not cheap either, it's around $500 a day. And that pump now runs we're on 4 weeks, non-stop. It's switched off for around 12 hours. Apparently I had to switch it off to deep. That's when the water started pushing into my block again. But otherwise that pump is constant running. It's on the ratepayers next year, increased ratepayers money probably. So I told them you're far cheaper off installing an electric pump, a permanent one, probably costs around $10,000, cheaper than that pump rented. But yeah, up to the Shire to do that.
Okay, thanks for listening to our story.
I think that's a very sobering moment. We're talking about somebody's home business being wiped out after 3 decades. We're talking about commercial tree farms drowning. We're talking about roads underwater. We're talking about permanent water bodies with mosquito infestations. These are planning decisions, making profits for somebody else, inflicting serious emotional, human, financial damage on people. This is not an inconvenience. Our next speaker is Sue Manning. I'll just hand over to Sue. Sue is a local resident, and the presentation covers some of the impacts that have been hit in this area.
ever speak through a microphone before. Okay, hi everyone, I'm Sue. Oh, very close now, sorry. Okay. My family lives on Brooklands Drive in Henley Brook, so we're a little bit different in that we're actually in the middle of the development area. We're not on the edges of it having an effect in everybody there. So we live there with a couple of horses. We bought our block in 2014 as we wanted a quiet life, semi-rural with a reasonable commute to our jobs. Now,